Say, hi there, fellas and girls. You too, Mom and Dad. Welcome to the adventures of Colonel Bleep. Brought to you, of course, this week and every week by Loblaw's Food Stores and the fine products that they sell. Now, this is Captain Star, here in charge of Colonel Bleep's Earth Command Station, while he and his friends Squeak and Scratch are away on another daring adventure mission. Now, of course, we have our Space Rangers here on duty with us at the command station, and we're all set to blast off. In just a moment, our intercontinental rocket plane will be on its way, so stand by for fun and excitement. Well, say, you all set, Rocketeers? Strapped in and helmets in place? Well, it's time to join Colonel Bleep and his friends on their adventure mission. So, stand by for count-off. Here we go.
And now, stand by for adventure. 3, 2, 1. In the exciting story of Scratch and the Sea Serpent.
Say, here we are, back in Colonel Bleep's Earth Command Station. You know, that was certainly an interesting adventure, wasn't it, Space Rangers? You know, we'll see many, many more as Colonel Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch travel the universe in the future. Right now, though, it's just about time to begin the Colonel Bleep quiz, so get set, fellas and girls. And say, remember, our questions will all be based on last week's adventure, so I hope everyone was watching because, who knows, we may be calling you on the space phone for that right answer.
Attention, attention. Stand by for fun in Colonel Bleep's quiz number 1.
Well, say, are you ready, Rocketeers? Okay, let's activate the Futonic Memory Energizer. There we go. We're going to select the name of the Colonel Bleep Space Ranger that we'll be calling for the correct answer to question number 1. Now, be sure to watch closely and have Mom and Dad check your answer, too. Stand by your space phone. Here we go.
Here's Colonel Bleep and his friends with a question about telescopes. According to legend, Colonel Bleep was first sighted by a giant telescope whose powerful lens focused on Bleep deep in outer space and tracked his course as he rapidly spanned the empty space towards Earth. This telescope that saw Bleep approach was the largest reflector telescope in the world. It is known as the Hale Telescope and belongs to the California Institute of Technology, and it's located on a mountain. But Colonel Bleep and his friends can't agree about which mountain. Where is the Hale Telescope located? Colonel Bleep says Mount Everest. Squeak says Mount Palomar. And Scratch says Mount Wilson. Only one of them is correct. But do you agree with Colonel Bleep, Squeak, or Scratch?
Well, say, there we have question number 1. Now, what do you think the right answer is? You know, we'll know in just a minute. Let's see what number the Futonic Memory Energizer has selected. Okay, here it is. Now let's place it in the space phone activator and see if we can contact Space Ranger Tom Jones. Hello, Tom. Tom Jones? Well, Tom, this is Captain Star at Colonel Bleep's Earth Command Station. Now, say, you've just seen question number 1 on today's Colonel Bleep quiz. Do you think you know the right answer? Wonderful, Tom. Tell me, who's right, Colonel Bleep, Squeak, or Scratch? Tom, that's absolutely correct. Congratulations. You've just won yourself another of the big prizes on the Colonel Bleep quiz. In just a moment, we'll continue with the Colonel Bleep quiz. But say, first, we want to remind all of you fellas and girls that if you'd like to become a Space Ranger so that you'll be eligible to be called, then here's how to join. Now, first, just stop in at any of the big, friendly Loblaw's food stores with Mom or Dad next time they go shopping. Tell them to pick up a loaf of that wonderful Loblaw's oven-fresh enriched bread. Now, just tear off this end label and send it along with your name and address and telephone number to Colonel Bleep in care of this station. You'll receive your security membership card by return mail. Of course, your phone number will be automatically filed right here in the Futomic Memory Energizer, and you'll also be entitled to serve a tour of duty right here in the command station. So, send in your Loblaw's bread label right away.
Attention, stand by. We may ask you to answer Bleep's quiz number 2.
Well, Colonel Bleep and his friends have sounded the standby for our second question. So, let's activate the Futomic Memory Energizer once again. There we go. And we'll select the Space Ranger who will have a chance at the big prize for correctly answering question number 2.
Colonel Bleep remembered that as he was approaching the Earth from outer space, he had seen a tiny island which might be ideally suited as a home site for he and his companions, Squeak and Scratch. They quickly agreed to name their hideaway 00 Island because of its unusual location in the South Atlantic Ocean at 0 degrees latitude and 0 degrees longitude at the exact center of the Earth. You see, for his convenience, man has divided the surface of the globe into a series of vertical and horizontal lines called degrees of latitude and longitude. Degrees of latitude are marked horizontally, and 0 degrees latitude fits around the middle of the Earth like a belt. All land and sea above the belt lies in the north, and all land and water below the belt lies in the south. This important dividing line around the globe is known by a special name. Scratch says it's the equator. Bleep says it's called the tropic belt. And Squeak thinks it's known as the Great Divide. Only one is correct. But do you agree with Bleep, Squeak, or Scratch?
All right, Rocketeers, who do you think is right? Bleep, Squeak, or Scratch? Well, let's see if we can get the right answer. Now, here goes our number into the space phone activator. Now, this time we're trying to contact Space Ranger Jim Carter. Hello, Jim Carter. Well, Jim, this is Captain Starr at Colonel Bleep's Earth Command Station on the Colonel Bleep quiz. Now, you've seen our second question for today. Do you know the right answer? Okay. What's the correct answer? Hey, that's absolutely right, Jim. Nice going. You've just won another of those big Colonel Bleep prizes. And now, fellas and girls, we'll be back in just 1 minute with the Colonel Bleep riddle. But first, 1 minute for this message. That's right. It's time now for the famous Colonel Bleep riddle. Now, be sure that you have pencil and paper. And say, have Mom and Dad standing by, too. Copy that riddle down. Write it so that the whole family can help find the correct answer. Now, remember, if you have the answer when you're called, our big grand prize will be all yours. And say, here it is, this beautiful RCA Victor portable radio phonograph, the world's first and finest. Now, have your pencil and paper ready, and we'll have next week's Colonel Bleep riddle in just a moment. Right now, let's see if one of our Space Rangers can solve last week's riddle. Now, I'll activate the Futomic Memory Energizer for a name and number. Now, here's the name and the number. Let's activate the space phone and contact Ranger Jack Mitchell. Hello, is this Jack Mitchell? Well, Jack, this is Captain Starr at Colonel Bleep's Earth Command Station. Now, we're calling you for the correct answer to last week's Colonel Bleep riddle. Now, first of all, were you and the family watching? You were. Wonderful. I hope you copied that riddle down. You did. Wonderful. Well, tell me, what's your guess as to the correct answer to last week's riddle? Well, Jack, that sounds close. Of course, I don't know the correct answer, but the Colonel Bleep Riddle Buster does.
Now watch Colonel Bleep's amazing Futomic Riddle Buster in action. The machine with a brain that solves the hardest riddle in only seconds. Of course, it will probably take you a little longer to get the correct answer, but the Futomic Riddle Buster has it right now.
Well, here's the correct answer, Jack, and gee, I'm sorry, boy. Jack, you missed. The correct answer to last week's Colonel Bleep riddle was football. Well, don't despair. You keep trying, Jack, and we'll be calling you again on the space phone.
Attention, all Earth people. Switch on thinking helmets. Here's another Colonel Bleep riddle. Here's a riddle about a famous event in history. A militant cow of the opposite sex came running with the sun. Volleys rang from north and south before the day was won. A militant cow of the opposite sex came running with the sun. Volleys rang from north and south before the day was won.
Well, say, that's a tough one, isn't it, fellas and girls? But you know, you can solve it if you really try. Remember, have Mom and Dad work on it with you, and be sure to have the correct answer figured out by our next program, because we may call you.
Colonel Bleep presents previews of things to come. In the next exciting episode of Colonel Bleep, you'll learn astounding facts about the bigness of our Earth, its continents and its oceans. You'll see for the first time Bleep's amazing space platform. Be on hand for a first glimpse of Scratch's cave and little Squeak's dream home and garden. See for yourself how Bleep discovers Zero Zero Island while flying high above our planet. Learn how Zero Zero Island got its name. Yes, there's more adventure, more action, more fun ahead as Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch discover the wonders of our planet Earth. You'll see it all and many other exciting things next time Colonel Bleep and his friends come your way in the story of The Uncharted Island.
Well, Space Rangers, that's all the time we have here in the command station this week. Be sure to pick up the answer to the Colonel Bleep riddle at any of the big Loblaw food stores if you fail to solve it at home. And you fellas and girls who haven't joined the Space Gang yet, be sure also to get your enlistment blanks in the mail right away. And don't forget to join us again here in the special Earth Command Station next week at the same time when Colonel Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch will be on hand for more adventure and fun. Now, till then, this is Captain Star wishing space luck to our Rangers who were on duty with us today and saying,
See you in space!